DS2 here with a 9-inch call. This is going to be a training video for you new DS2 users. This is a target in the wild by this sidewalk. This house built in 1949, and I did not locate this find with this detector, but I can't tell you which one I have located it with. I suspect a copper penny or a clad dime. However, if you use this DS2 in default settings, default notch, you may not be aware that this high conductive coin is here, okay? And I'm going to demonstrate for you. This is deep high conductor with no notch. You see that ID in that window? 71 is not an indication of a high conductive coin, okay, in the United States of America. Okay, now I'm going to transition over here to park. And I have went ahead and went in here. I've notched 0 to 85 on this, okay? I'm going to let you watch this. Okay, there it is right there. See that? See that meter? Okay, and I'm going to transition back to deep high conductor. Every now and then you'll see 87 in there, okay? But most times you'll see 71. See that? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to the deep high conductor program. I'm going to dial some notch in this machine. Let's see what happens here. Do we see this 71 come back in the window? I'm going to notch this thing all the way to 84. 84 notch. 0 to 84. You see that in the meter there maybe, okay? You see that meter now? 88. Now, I may dig the masker here as well in this video, okay? We're going to the fast program. Now, it's got factory notch, 23, 24. I'm going to get rid of that. No notch in the fast program. Let's see what happens here. See that 71 in the meter? 71, okay? So I'm going in here with it, and I'm going to notch it. Now, I'm not saying these programs will all behave the same on all target scenarios being, higher conductor being mass. 0 to 84 notched on the fast program. Let's see what happens. See that meter? 87, 86, 88. Tries to read a little lower than deep high conductor. That's not unusual since it's running higher frequency. I'm going to turn this camera off. I'm going to dig this hole. This is probably not very deep. But there is a masker over here to the right, I believe. Right in there, there's a masker. We'll see if we can dig it too. Okay, so stay tuned. It's right down in here based on this pin pointer. Let's see what it is. It won't be too deep, I don't think. Now, I could be wrong now, but I doubt it. We haven't had any rain here, boys. To dig a 10-inch hole here today, you might dig it, but it'd take you a while. There's the coin. You see it there. It is a clad dime. You see that in the camera there? Okay, now you see where I dug this coin. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to take the notch out of this machine, and let's see if I can. I believe there's a lower conductor somewhere in this area here where my finger is. Got them in the fast program. Okay, now I get a 71 over here to the right. See it right there? And that target was blocking this clad dime for giving good ID on this machine right here, okay? So let's see what this is right here. I did some videos with this detector. There's some fruitcakes on the forums that think my testing that I do elevated above the ground is BS. Well, got bad news for them boys. They don't know what they're talking about, okay? How do you think I figured this out right here? Why would I want to go out in the blind digging hole after hole when I can get good intel doing some elevated testing? There it is right there. You see that? That's a sizable, whatever that is. You see that in that camera there? There's your masker, okay? So it's here. The dime is over here. It's a little shallower than the dime. You see this? You see how that 9-inch coil there, okay? So when I run the notch on this machine and got rid of that, this old machine could see that dime and give you a better indication, okay? ID-wise, and also tonally, okay? Because if you were running full tones, you would get a higher pitch with notch dialed in up to 84 on that clad dime, okay? So you new Deus 2 users, you know, be mindful of that. The notch on this machine, how the old coin is the secret weapon, believe it or not, okay? If you don't use any notch, you're going to get some averaging going on. You may hit some dominant, maybe, I guess I call them sort of dominant targets, blocking your higher conductors with this machine. And again, fast, power, and deep high conductor, they don't all behave the same. Odds are the fast program will give a slightly lower ID versus power, and power will give a slightly lower ID than deep high conductor, okay? But now that's assuming it's a non-ferrous target doing the masking, all right? So I hope you enjoyed. You're located with another detector that's suspect, okay? Just suspect. Very borderline, but still suspect. I'm gonna let you hear this on this Deus 2. Fast program. Right there, best achievable signal. 23 and give 7 a lot of times. We're gonna dig this right here. I'm gonna turn this camera off. Let's see what this is. Okay. Screw out of this hole and I put the dirt back in, boys. Look here. Now I'm getting 86 in the meter, but I might have brought it closer to the surface. I believe I've got it in my hand here. Let's turn this old pointer off here. Okay. Let me sweep this with my hand here. That's it. You see that right there? Okay, so Deus 2 didn't give no ID on that baby right there, boys. You see that? And the screw was down there as a masker, if you can believe that. Look at that, a piece of lead. See it shiny there where I hit it with a shovel? Okay. So there you go. There's a little training session with your Deus 2. I'm out here gathering information. You know, I can't tell you exactly what I'm doing, but I'm gathering information, okay? I do a lot of gathering of information. A lot of people don't realize that, okay? So we may show some more here. A little training session here for you Deus 2 users. This target was not located with the Deus 2, but I put the Deus 2 over it. Deep high conductor, no notch. You see that ID 8485? You would think that was be a zinc and penny down there, wouldn't you? If it was a coin, okay? Question is it? I've not dug it, okay? But watch this. Let me show you a little trick here. Now, I already had a pretty good hunch this target was masked, okay, before I used this detector. All right, we're going to put the notch to this baby. I'm going to notch her all the way to 85. Now, remember, it was reading 85 without notch, so you would think, well, maybe the target would go bye-bye, right? 85, 0 to 85 notch. See that in the meter there, baby? Watch what happens here. Uh-oh, look at there. See that? 88. Okay. Now this target in fast program, believe it or not, with no notch was reading 80. So you might not think that's a coin in the wild, okay? There's some masking going on here, folks. There's 90. Look at there. 90. 91. Okay, we're going to dig this right here. I'm going to turn this camera off. Oh, in here now. Let's see what we come out of here with. Now, I could be on the masker. I might not be on the coin. We'll see. I don't know what's masking, but... this is part of the driveway over the years, okay? I have found silver coins in here. This could be one. You never know. It'd be a late model if it was. Let me turn this camera off and dig through this rock pile here. Camera, now this has come out of the hole here. See that? Looks like a big staple. Rusty. Maybe that's in that camera there. You seeing that? Now I've got that out of the hole. I'm gonna turn this pin pointer off. Let's sweep this hole again with this detector. The remote's on the ground there. I'm still getting 86 down there, boys, okay? So you see that little staple looking thing there. Let me turn the camera off and keep progressing here. I hear whatever that is. I don't know what that is. It don't look like it's part of a piece of lead. It looks like it's copper. It's got some green on it, okay? Reading 88. Air test. D-Pi conductor 88, okay? And you see the little staple there. Now, that's why this was still here, by the way, okay? I've been in here before. I'm certain that's why this is still here. So if you ran a JS2 over that with no notch, you would never suspect a target reading 89 or 88 D-Pi conductor, okay? You'd never suspect it. You would think you had a 84 or 5 reading signal down there, but you see that little gizmo there was doing that target some injustice, okay? But it didn't outsmart that first detector I was using, okay? I can tell you that right now. So stay tuned. Back on, and here's the hole where I recovered whatever that thing is I did with that little staple. Some people may say, oh, that was a ferrous staple. Well, why did the raising the notch help the ID? Well, I've got this thing in fast program to see if there's any low conductive action around this hole right here. I'm getting something right in there reading 35. So I could have had multiple, masking going on that item there. I could have had ferrous and non-ferrous. So you get to hear that detector there around that hole, okay? That's in fast, no not. Got something reading 35 small right in there, right where my boot is, and those two targets I dug come out of the left side of that hole right there. The left portion, left side, okay? So stay tuned.